Probably murdered for this, I guess. But let's be honest, why are prices hiking so bad in grocery stores? There is a service that automates shopping for you. So those giant carts with the blue baskets, everybody's shopping, having employees shop for them, right? Well, that service can be exploited by the company itself. So all they have to do is buy their own products. All they do is pay themselves to take products off the shelves, and that increases price. They lose no money, and they can manipulate supply and demand doing this. And I got really suspicious of it for a while. I started to notice that I wasn't seeing people parked in the location to pick up their groceries. At first, I thought, well, how could we really exploit that? We could take it and utilize it uh, like welfare cards or something. What do they call that? They give you money for food. You could do something similar like that. The employees could utilize it. They could basically buy their own food and then give it to more needy people. But why are eggs so expensive if that's what's happening? I mean, I don't even buy eggs. The average consumer anymore is still buying the regular amount of eggs. What could actually be happening? There's various ways that you can exploit it for illegal immigrants. You could, basically give people EBT, that's what it's called. You can give people food stamps for using that service, and because it's not technically like there's no exchange of cash, which, you know, taxation without representation genuinely does have a purpose. And that's the purpose, is that now people can just, if you own the company, if I owned a grocery store and products have an expiration date, all you have to do is buy out the products and superficially create a market increase. And it's like insider trading. I mean that's the only thing that could explain it, because if you don't buy these things, they're still going to keep circulating it back and forth just in circles. They're going to keep taking products off the shelf, putting them back on the shelf. And whether or not that's genuinely happening, it's left up to speculation, obviously. But, hmm, it's gone. That's a hell of a good scheme to. I need to trim this thing. That's what happens when you don't trim it for 3, 4 months. That's what it looks like. I look like the the Two Face from Batman Bad. Two mustaches, right? What do you do? How do you combat that other than regulation? Like, we would have to ban personal shopping, and you can't really do that because you can give anybody $10 to go to the store for you. And they create, it does sort of create jobs, but at the same time, people are just being ripped off. And what are we really working towards at that point? Because it seems like we're not really working towards anything if people can just circulate money in their own store and and fabricate fucking inflation and just manipulate and take money back out of the economy. And it's often too then the people that like I don't know, did I upload that video? Maybe I did, where it explains that there's basically a 20% increase if the lower class makes 20% more. What happens then is it's 20% per 10%, essentially. So for every 10% of income increase by class of people or job, whatever, they essentially make 20% per 10% more in profits. And you would think that that would allow profit margins to shrink. So if you're going to have 45%, right, per then 10%, you should have like a 20% decrease in the profit margin. So what's 20% of 45? That's the way it used to be standardized, right, for successful business. That then you take that by 10% and then recalculate over and over again, and that would mean that by the economic standards of the class of people, how much money is put in and what people typically buy, and all that fun stuff that is just such a drag on everybody on the planet, it seems, that things would become essentially cheaper because there's more money circulating throughout the economy. That's the way it should work. But since we have supply and demand, and people, apparently, it seems like people want to spend more money when things are more expensive. I don't understand that one. It should counterbalance, it should counterquake. I mean, things, if people stop buying eggs, the eggs are either going to go bad, or, which, if people don't have those nutrients, then democracy says that we can come together and figure out a more substantial system. I mean, it's a more beneficial system to the average person to give people more nutrients. Well, they would call it as, like, I don't know, like the foothold of either socialism or whatever else. It's just that prisoners have more rights to nutrients than the average human being does. And so we're supporting giving people diseases rather than just studying economics. It's just why don't people know? And me, I'm just trying to dumb it down as far as possible. But if you're gonna yeah, like, stop. If you want to make more money, the best way to do it is to, one, stop using digital currency, and two, stop supporting these systems like having people shop for you. Don't, go out and do it yourself every single time you do that. But then well, yes, it costs a little bit more gas in theory. You're spending more man hours. But the truth is, every time you order a delivery, so say that person then lives, so if somebody lives over here, you live over here, and there's a pizza place in the middle. So you tell that guy to go there to deliver you a pizza. He now has to go here, 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 and here. Well, you would only go here to here. It doubles the fuel economy. So when you start breaking things down to be just like that, it's not just simply people circulating the money, but you're having somebody paid per hour to go and pick these products up for you. And so the products are going to be more expensive, which means then that we're just fabricating hyperinflation. It's a really shitty job that we don't need, and it's a job that needs to be erased. We can find other jobs for those people. I get it. You need a job. You're like, he's against me. No. What you're doing is making life harder on yourself, too. Because now you're going to have to work much harder. You're going to have to work a percentage harder because you are increasing the inflation. You're not being paid a lot because it's not a skilled labor. I mean, it's better to go return shopping carts because products are actually going to drop in value and what you're paid is going to be substantially worth more.